Welcome to the realm of Millenia. Be ye a man, woman, child, a spirit, creature, or a demon. Be ye a native migrator, or maybe even some sort of invader into the realm. Welcome, for I am your host, the Millennian Mailman, here today, bringing you guys and gals yet again another Theater Thursday. The difference between theater and theatrical Thursday is theatrical is just me being extra. I hope you read all about it. And theater Thursday is, yes, again, another character introduction. Now, for today's character introductions, we're going to be talking about the Shadow Man. That is right. I referenced him before. And ultimately, the perfect song I thought would be well for his character, like his character's theme, was Shadow by Livingston, right? It's a pretty new character. Not a new character. It's a pretty new song for considering how old of a character it is. This character I wrote in 2021, well before that song became public, but I do think the song very much matches the vibe of the character, right? And I think I ultimately came to the conclusion that Shadow Man was a decent name for him, especially because of like the song, where ultimately I was contemplating and just trying to decide, like, I want him to be known as a ghost, right? But after hearing the song and seeing the title of the song, Shadow by Livingston, and listening to the lyrics, I'm like, nah, he's going to be known as the Shadow Man, because that would just be perfect for him. That's his theme song. That one right there, just a shadow on the floor. Yep, that's him. That's him. All right, that's him. All right. It just I made a couple of like minor tweaks to his character for Shadow Man because it's like so it's just so perfect because of like this way the song can integrate into his character. But enough glazing, if you will. Shadow Man. Ultimately, I understand, like, when you get to the introductory portion of this character, people may want to associate this understanding with like Naruto, the Nara clan from Naruto, or the Gecko Moria of One Piece, because those kinds of shadow manipulations are like world renowned. They're iconic, right? But again, Shadow was not like the original name I had for the character. It was more so along the name of Ghost, right? Because his powers isn't actually shadows, but it's just one of the most predominant things about his character as the Shadow Man that leaves that reputation around him, where his actual powers and abilities are entirely related to void and empty space, and how shadows, like, I can walk from one end of this room over to that end of the room over there because there's nothing in the way. But say there's a large shadow being cast over half the room, there's now layers to the levels of emptiness that there is. Because if there isn't a shadow there, that means there's light right there. But so long as there's a shadow, that means light is being blocked, and it's, in a sense, there's truly nothing there. It's layered nothing on nothing. So as a regular person, I can walk from one space to another space if there's nothing blocking the way, like a wall. But if there's a shadow there, that means there's nothing on top of the nothing that's there. And Shadow Man can move through those voids of layered nothing on nothing and basically turn them into effectively passages that he can walk through and sense things. So while we talk about the void and vacuum of empty space, he's like, that's just nothing on nothing right there. There's layers of nothing. There's so much layers of nothing. It's basically a walkway for me, right? So the reputation that like the Nara of the Naruto universe and the Gecko Moria of One Piece is that these are characters and character types that manipulate shadows. Vice my Shadow Man, where he's not iconic for making shadows move. He's very much known for making them stop moving. If that makes sense to you now, I appreciate it. But if it doesn't, just wait a moment. I promise it will. So he uses these layered nothings in order to move from point to point. So I want to see if I can make a shadow around here. Golly. If I see can you see my shadow over here? Cool, right? I'm gonna have to stand on this couch for it to actually be seen. All right. So now you can see my shadow. Great, right? So Shadow Man, instead of being able to manipulate shadows at will, something that is kind of known for him is that shadows that should be moving stop. So when you see the shadow stop moving when it should be moving, it's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my gosh, the shadow, it should be moving right now, but it's not moving, I'm panicking! Because that means he's currently using your shadow in order to move through it, right? So let's just say I am the Shadow Man, right? I'm the Shadow Man, and I'm having this nice conversation with someone. It's like, oh yeah, you know, that's hilarious, that's funny. Wait, whoa, hush. What do you hear something? I mean, it's just us in this room right now. Are you good, bro? Just give me a moment. It's like, where are you going? It doesn't matter. Shadow Man is going to literally look deep into the soul of his own shadow, spread it open, and just hop in. It's like, where are you going? I heard something. I'm going to check something out real quick. I'll be right back. Right? He's going to Looney Tunes his way into his own shadow and use it as a warp gate of sorts in order to get into another space between emptinesses of another shadow. Right? So, let's just say somewhere across the globe. It's like the Shadow Man was literally having a conversation with one of his brothers or something, or one of his friends, or maybe even he was on a date. But he heard something through the grapevine of the void, and he's like, whoa, I don't like what the hell they just said. I'm gonna just double check something. So he'll open up a portal through his own shadow, just walk through it. It's like, where are you going? It's like, just make sure the pantry light is off in about 5-10 minutes. I'll be back. But where are you going? I'll be back in 5-10. Make sure the pantry light is off so I can get back through that shadow. The darkness of the closet. Yeah, I'm going to come through the closet, right? Right? So let's just envision halfway across the globe or even on an entirely separate planet, these guys are doing their clandestine dealings, and one of them starts talking smack about the Shadow Man he encountered, or the shadow man who's encroaching upon his drug empire. They're just talking schmack. There's like, yeah, this guy, blah blah blah, is encroaching on my kingpin territory. What the hell is wrong with him? Right? It's like, I know what you mean. I've encountered a guy like that before, but he's not the kind of person you want to get in on the bad side of. I don't care who it is, right? I don't care who it is. I swear to God that if they ever mess with my kingpin empire again, I'm gonna frick them up. I'm gonna screw them up real bad. It'll be something real fierce. It'll be something real. Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh my God, no! Like what? I'm pretty scary, aren't I? It's like, no, 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 no. Move your arm right now. Your shadow's not moving, bro. You said you did everything. Yeah, there's a barrier around here. All my arm guards are there. No, 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 no. Your shadow's not moving. What the frick is wrong with my shadow? There's clearly an obvious reason that my shadow's not moving. It's like there's multiple angles that the light fixture is going. So it's probably just the other light. That's the reason that this particular hand shadow isn't moving the same way. Like, no, 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 no. I'm out of here, bro. Goodbye. Like, what is up with that guy? What is up with this guy? We were just having a nice little chat and conversation. What's wrong with the... Oh yeah, that's kind of weird. That is kind of freaky. Why isn't my shadow doing what I'm doing? What's wrong with that? Why isn't my shadow... Huh, what is that? Right? So, these guys, let's say on an entirely different planet, one gets to running because he knows what's in the store. He's like, he knows the telltale sign. It's just my shadow, bro. It's just my shadow on the floor, right? It's just your shadow on the floor. What are you scared for? It's just your shadow on the floor, right? The one guy's like, yeah, that's kind of weird. That is kind of funky, but it's just my shadow, bro. It's nothing wrong here. The other guy just goes running because he knows what's in store. It's like, your shadow should be moving. Why isn't it moving? Why isn't your shadow moving? It should be moving right now. Right? So the thing about the Nara clan from the Naruto Uzumaki Hokage series, and even the shadow manipulation of Gecko Moria, is that they make shadows do what they aren't supposed to be doing. Because they're too busy. They manipulate shadows to do what they think and want them to do. Versus my shadow man, who is moving between the void of shadows, is just like, ugh. Oh yeah, man. Oh my God, what was that? You just feel the shadow man put his arms on their shoulders. Like, what were you talking about just now? Who the frick are you? I just felt like you were talking about me, man. I wanted to know who you were talking about it too. You regularly be talking to yourself, or that's a familiar sin. I want to. Who are you talking to? It seems like you were talking behind my back there, buddy. The smell of fear. Did you just piss yourself, or was that just you shitting bricks? That was me shitting bricks. Yeah. It's kind of gross. But I still gotta figure out who you were talking to. I like all my eggs in the basket I put them in. And I want you to be in the same body bag as whoever you were talking to just now. Oh God, no. Oh God, no. Oh me, yes. Oh me, oh my. Oh yes, indeed. You will be laid to rest in that same batty bag. I just want to know who it is. And I'd prefer not to have to torture it out of you, but if I got to, who are you just talking to, right? And you can just imagine what the debriefing interview would be like. It's like, and what happened next? When he finally left, it took 5 minutes for my shadow to shit the same brick I did. No way. Yes, man. I shat bricks. I was so scared. And 5 minutes later, that was when my shadow started shitting bricks. I will never recover from this. I will never recover from this. So understand. I fully understand why the guy who realized what was going on ran the fuck away from me. Because had I known, I would have ran from my own freaking shadow too. I don't care how many people, how many of my hired guns, how many of my people who would disown me, no longer respect me or follow me. I'd be alive right now, St. Peter. He made me shit bricks and made it so embarrassing. My shadow waited a couple minutes to shit his bricks. Okay? St. Peter, you gotta hear me. Right? I was originally gonna call him something like Ghost, but then I heard Shadow by Livingston, and I'm like, nah, bro. Shadow's the perfect name. Shadow Man is the perfect name, or at least the perfect moniker for my guy. Shadow Man is like the perfect moniker for my guy, because even though he doesn't have shadow abilities, he has void powers, which could easily, if I talk about it or write about it in the proper way, it could easily be mistaken for shadow related powers, which would be awesome. Because his actual powers is about the void between points and being able to control and manipulate with a high affinity to void aspects. But hey, his certain particular understanding of how the void works can be misconstrued as shadow abilities, which is a great way to lay low. It's like where people think he's a shadow manipulator, and it's like, nah, bro. I control the whole void. I am one with the void. I'm gonna have you shitting bricks before this is over. Don't worry, don't worry. Right. Too many people underestimate me. And I feel like it's because very few people live to tell the tale. And the few who do live weren't sticking around long enough to get a full understanding of what the hell just happened. They just see me walk out of the shadows and they're like, oh, fuck, and they just start running, right? Versus the ones who actually got to experience the horrors of moi, they're just gone. They're not sticking around. It's like, screw this, screw that, screw all of you, actually. And they just get to run it, right? But yeah, that's one of my recent favorites, because after attributing it to giving the after designating Shadow by Livingston as a good theme song anthem for that character, it's just been on my mind a lot recently. It's like, oh, that's such a good one, dude. That is such a good one. So I've just been So I've been talking about it to a few people in the real world, IRL, and just reminiscing on when I made that character 4 or 5 years ago. And it's like, it's just so beautiful. Because adding that extra layer of associating the character to shadows instead of the void, like his actual powers are, kind of enhances the depth to the character. Because, you know, it's like layers, it's an onion, it's the void, it's layers, it's layered. It's not funny, but Lord knows, I tried my best. So that's basically all. I'm about to start digressing into something entirely different if I don't shut up. So, hey, that's just me, your Millennium Mailman. I sure do hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did like the video, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or other stuff, go ahead, put all of that down in the comment section down below, or reach me at millennianmailman@gmail.com. I check the email once a week. Share the video for more exposure of the channel, the content, or just this particular character, the Shadow Man. Share the video to get word about him out. And by all means, subscribe if you feel like. Just like the video if you don't. I'll be fine. Peace, love, and happiness, and all the best of things to you. Goodbye. I think I can do a third video today.